I'm gonna make a car cast while I'm sitting here. What's up, everybody? I don't know if I'm gonna post this or not, but hello and happy morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. So this is the system behind Anonymous Beats. We are currently struggling to find what we need, but hopefully in a second said Batman can be located. We're doing a car cast version today. It is the hottest day of the year that we're at. It is very, very hot. So we had to get some ice cream, obviously. I'm living life large until I go to work today. This is Lionel, by the way. Hoping that works. Alright. Ooh! I just wanted to ponder my life a little bit, so I'm just going to sit here and do that. So, currently, I have one job offer on the table. Said job is part-time. Like very, very part-time, like 6 hours a week. So it's like, okay, I can handle that. And what's cool about it is because it's only 6 hours a week, it allows me to have another part-time job, but make enough money, finally, that I can make my ends meet. Because that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make it, you know, because that's, I feel like I can only speak for myself, but that's what I'm trying to do. You know, that's how I see people too, is most people are just trying to make it, man. They're not in it for glory or anything. It's just, can I just make it to that next step, you know, and put one foot in front of the other. So that's where we're at right now. We just got some ice cream because, duh, it's like 100 degrees outside, so obviously you have to have ice cream. And I got the dog with me. So she had to get some too, obviously, because dogs. And yeah, this is just where we're at. Chilling like a cat. So I got a job offer that might just save my butt. I'm still currently homeless, but I'm living with someone temporarily, so at least I have a place to put my head at night. Very thankful for that. Looking for a place to live. I've looked at a couple places, but they really just haven't entirely felt right. Are you okay? I don't know, man. I'm just one step at a time. I'm kind of happy right now because I had ice cream, so everything else today, I'm just really thankful. I'm off tomorrow, and I work today, and it's only for like 4 hours, so I got a half day of work. It's like, this is the smartest decision I've ever made, to work 30 hours a week, like, at this particular job. There's also another job at the same place that I applied for, but I haven't heard back yet. So I'm just chilling like a villain. Really enjoying living right now. Driving back to said living quarters so I can get ready for work. It's currently 12:30, and this very hot afternoon. It is 96 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It's pretty hot. I bet the heat index is probably 110, 115 based on my calculations. And dude, I'm having a great day. Yeah. I haven't really had great days lately, so I'm very grateful that today can just be that kind of day. Wow. Whew. I am moving in. I have to move out of my current residence that I don't feel safe in, so I'm not currently staying there full time. So I'm gonna clean and pack up everything tomorrow. And then somewhere or another end up someplace else, hopefully by the beginning of the month. I looked into a couple places and they seemed fine, but they didn't really feel right, so I'm just gonna sit on that a little bit. Because if another job comes through, there is one place that would work out that I'm kind of hoping just so happens to still be available. Would really be my hope, but I haven't heard anything, so not really sure how that goes. I told one employer that I have another job on the table and I haven't heard from them, so I was hoping maybe I could hear from them, and I haven't, so it's been kind of a bummer. I guess the answer is no. I'm not really sure how to handle that situation, but I just wanted to be honest, you know. Maybe get an answer a little quicker. And then there's this whole thing with therapy, man. Therapy, I think, is the hardest thing I've ever done. Because therapy is like actually looking at yourself in the mirror and having to look back at what you see and kind of having to like it. Because if you don't like it, you're doing something wrong. That's how I see it. And we're a mess. We're a mess, man. We have DID, so you kind of have a therapist that kind of freaks out a little bit. She is a little overwhelmed because we're a lot. You know, there's a lot of us, and we lose kind of track of the body, and the body just kind of does some stuff that we don't have coherent, like, knowledge of until after the fact, and we're like, what the fuck? That was not a conscious decision. Like, what happened? And number one, we don't have memory of what happened, so we have to, like, ask outside people, be like, hey, do you remember this one day? Do you know did you see us that day? And, like, what were we like, and what were we doing? So that's just kind of like what it's been like. That's just like a normal Tuesday. And so that kind of sucks because, you know, it obviously doesn't go amazingly super well, because we have some alters that really don't like therapy. They really are trying to take us out of it, kind of like sabotage, and that's not good. So then we have the rest of us that are like, well, okay, slow down, like, hold on, let's hold my hand for a second, you know, because that's the thing we've been working on, is hold my hand, like, what's going on, I'm here, breathe, you know, in and out, slowing down, and we just look at them and we're like, why do you want to leave? Why would we leave therapy if we don't have to? And you know, and most of them are saying it's because it's not going to stay anyway. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. So it's like fear of rejection is what we're dealing with. Fear of abandonment is a huge contribution to why therapy isn't working. Because at any time, your therapist can ditch you. And it's just really hard because when you have DID, it's not easy finding a therapist. You know, we went through 25 the first time. We found one really great one. We just stumbled upon him the very first time. He was the very first therapist. he's a great man, you know, and just so happened to be amazing, but didn't know we were a system either. So he didn't know, and then once he figured it out, we had already known. We figured it out first. And so we were flipping out because we didn't know what the fuck was going on. Sorry, pardon my language. And we just kind of didn't know what to do about it. And that's when one of our altars came out that was really dangerous. And turns out, in our system, how it works is we don't really have dangerous altars. We have like altars that do have potential to be dangerous. But the reason, the thing is with those kinds, that when you respond with fear, that's when they kind of get strong. You know, so I'll be honest with you, like we have self-harm altars as well as suicidal altars. And we're finding that, at least the ones we've met, if we don't approach them with no fear, if we don't approach them with kindness, like gentleness, and be like, hey, I'm here, if we don't approach them like that, we're a goner. And that's the truth. And we learned that twice. That's happened twice. We've had 2 really close calls. One three, technically. Yeah. And that we could just do a whole, what the hell. I'll just put adult content on this. You know, it's crazy. Our altars, one of them, when she came out, you know, she was holding a knife. And one of our other altars woke up and they're like, what? They're just really disoriented and they're like, why do we have a knife right now? Like, what happened? And they look down and there's just all these cuts on her arm. And it was like, well, that's not good. That's never happened before. And so a lot of us are like, what is going on? You know, because at the time we didn't know we had DID. We didn't know. We hadn't been diagnosed yet. It took about 6 months after that to be diagnosed. And so we really just didn't know what to do with ourselves, because that's kind of scary, you know. And then at that point in treatment, we had not been with our therapist that long. It felt like a year for us, but it was only 2 to 3 months that we really were with him. And it was during a very very difficult time. We were going through quite a bit of trauma, fresh trauma, obviously, as an adult, because you reenact things. At least we do. We can only speak for ourselves, but we do. And we were definitely going through a trauma reenactment phase that was pretty severe. And it got so bad that we had to leave our career behind. We had to leave our life behind in a state for safety reasons, as well as just recovery. And that was really, really hard. We haven't come back from it. I'll be honest with you. We really haven't. We haven't come back. And there's a lot of altars right now that are angry about that. They're very angry. Because they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and they're like, why is this not working? And it's like, well, because we're sick. I'll be honest. I'm sick. I know I'm sick. But it's, you know, the way that my therapist, and I've heard other therapists, you know, I've been through I've probably seen 30 therapists, most short time, since in a year and a half. I've probably been through 30 therapists. And different therapists, you know, some of them handle it really well. Most of them don't. Because DID is not supposed to exist. In the therapy world, you're not supposed to, like, have a lot of this terrible trauma. It's not supposed to exist. And so once they see us, they go, "Wah!" Unfortunately for us, because then that makes us go, "Wah!" And we're already wacko. So, because we're a runner, man. We run. There are so many altars right now that I know of that it is flight, man. If it's between fight, flight, fawn, freeze, we fly, man. We just gone. You don't know when, you don't know why or how or what. We're just gone. And so that's what we've been fighting like hell in therapy for the last 8 months, I think, since we started with this therapist. And it's funny because, well, with this therapist, I think we've been hospitalized 3 times, went to treatment twice. All of them failed. Yeah. It didn't work out. Treatment didn't work out. Like, we haven't been lucky enough to get a treatment facility to keep us long enough to be like, oh, we're gonna help you. And then it's either it's that or the insurance doesn't work, so we have a place that's like, we can help you, but that'll be $34,000. And I'm just laughing at them, and I'm just like, you're kidding, right? They're like, nope. And it's like, okay, well, that's not gonna work for me. So it sucks, man. And you add on all the physical symptoms as well. We have epilepsy, Tourette's, autism. You add all that stuff together, and we might have breast cancer. You know, they want to look for breast cancer because we have tumors, I guess, and they don't know if they're good or bad tumors yet. I don't see how any kind of tumor is good, but they're there, and we gotta get that taken care of. So that's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know where to put that one. Basically, in summation, like, I know we're going through a lot life-wise. Like, waves of life are hitting like tsunamis, but we're still standing, you know. And that's what I want to acknowledge, is like, we're still doing it. How many tsunamis has our system handled? And it's a lot, you know. And it makes therapists cry. Our therapist cried the last time we talked to her. And it's funny because in one session we went from crying to basically arguing with our therapist. And you know, it's just funny to me because I don't think therapists are supposed to have emotional responses to their clients. I'm pretty sure that's not what's supposed to happen, but they're human, and she's human. And it's actually reassuring to see that she's human. You know, she's not a robot. When you tell people all the bad stuff that's happened to you, and they don't freak out, that's kind of nice, to be honest with you. So that's where I'm at today, and I'm just happy to be here, for sure. Happy that we're still kicking. Happy that we have altars that can handle, or at least try to handle, the situations that we're in minute by minute. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We're alcoholic. You know, we struggle. We're an addict. We struggle with dissociation like crazy. Depression, anxiety, epilepsy, we have a lot of neurological issues, TBI. All of it. And we're still here. We still somehow have a job. We technically have 2 jobs right now. I don't know how we did that. But we technically have 2 jobs still. I don't know how, but technically we have 2 jobs. We don't have a place to live, technically speaking. But technically speaking, we do have a place to live. It's just we can't live there because we don't feel safe because of said situation that occurred that made us feel really unsafe. And we're in the process of leaving said establishment, trying to find other accommodations. And what am I doing? Why am I turning right now? Literally in real life, the body just decided to turn. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, gotta get back on the road. Sorry that I think they're trying to distract me. The body literally was taken over. That's crazy. Going to 7-Eleven. They wanted to go to 7-Eleven. That's what they were saying. But we already had ice cream today, so we're not gonna do 7-Eleven. Sorry, guys. Whew. And then on top of that, our therapist dropped a bomb on us. She's going on vacation. Good for her. And then we go, fuck. Because therapy has been like a part of our recovery journey. And when you throw off our routine, we kind of go ape. Literally. And so yeah, she dropped a bomb on us, and then for like 25 of the 55 minutes we're talking about how it's gonna be okay, and we're over here like, no, it's fucking not. And she's like, yes, it is. And we're like, no, it's not. We were arguing with her. And then we got angry because she's not responsive to our emails. We got angry. We had angry alters, and they were like, you're not supportive. Like, you're not. And it's not like we sent her that many. You know, we have in the past, like in the beginning, we probably sent her 25 emails a week. Like, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But we've gotten it down to 2 or 3. And she's still not responding to either one of those. And so we called her out. We called her out. Because she was like, you can send me emails. And we're like, you don't respond to them anyway. What's the fucking point? We called her out. We were like, you don't respond. And so then we start having voices that are like, maybe we need to get a new therapist. And then the rest of us were like, well, shit. I hope not. Because we like her. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know if she's enough. Because it's one thing to be nice, but then it's another thing to be like, I can actually handle what's going on, you know. And with her workload, caseload, I'm really not sure. I don't feel comfortable with her being our therapist much longer, because it feels like we're being neglected, because she's not responding to our emails. I don't know. But then we have sessions like the one before the last one, when we go in person and she's sitting with us the whole time. She's talking to us. And it's like really good. Like, you know, I obviously don't remember the session, but she was there. We were there. And everything was good. So it's like, do you just throw it all away because you had one bad session? Like, you know? And that's where we're at. That's where we're at, you know? And I don't think so. I don't think you just throw it away just because you had one bad session. Like, I really don't think. So, that's kind of where we're at, I guess, you know? Trying to make things work with what we got. And we're doing it. We're making it. It's not beautiful. It's not even pretty. But we're still here. We're still making it. We still have a job. I don't even know how the fuck we have a job. I'm honestly over here like, what the fuck, man? This is literally one day of work, okay? So we were supposed to work at like 11 o'clock. Everything's fine. This was like the second day we ended up at these people's house. And we got locked out of their house. All of our work stuff was in the house. The only thing we had with us was our dog, our car key, and the clothes on our back. And that was it. And it was like our phone, our wallet, the keys to the house were all inside of the house. And of course the people who live in the house are gone for like 6 hours. They're like going to a different city for the day. And we had an hour to get to work. And it was like cue fun time of trying to figure out how to call without a phone. How to be in the heat without getting overheated. With no gas. Like, we didn't have any gas in our car. And it was like, what are we gonna do? And then we didn't have our wallet to get gas. And it was like, what? That's a normal Monday, guys. That's our normal Monday, is that kind of stuff. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. That's a normal day with having DID. We made it. You know, we went to a Lowe's. We're pretty creative. So we went down the street with the gas that we had, and we called. We tried using a public phone at Lowe's, and of course that was too hard to do. So we literally had to sit in a customer service and just look around at all these people and be like, hey man, can I use your phone for like 5 minutes? I literally just need to call my boss to let them know that I'm not coming in right away, because I can't get there. And so then we ended up there at work that night, you know. It was an event, so we went for the event, at least, because we're trying, you know. And it was like, that's the best we can do. When we get there, you know, people want to be like, what happened? And we're like, you know, honestly, I was honest with you. I had no way to get there, you know. And I'm not here, you know. I don't have family. I don't have too many friends that can just come bail me out when problems arise, you know. And it's like, that's the truth. But we did it. We made it to work somehow, you know. We ended up sniping $20 20 bucks off somebody, and they gave us money for gas, and that was really nice of them. And we got gas, made it to work, and we were just sitting there, and we were like, whew. Yeah. So after Lowe's, we went and we sat in the car and turned on the air, turned off the car, turned on, turned off, turned on, turned off. Did that for 6 hours. Praying for this family to come home. And they finally did come home. They came. And we made it. But it wasn't fun. You know, and golly, we had an interview like the day before, or it was just like, what is this? You know, just normal life in general is just so difficult for us. And it sucks. It really does. But we're doing the best that we can, and we are making it. So other than that, that's all I got. You know, it's been hell. You know, we went and saw a place today, and it's very nice. But you know, we have a room. I just don't know. I just do not know. I don't know what the right answer is. You know, I'm currently struggling with figuring out finances and job situations, or if I shouldn't get a job, if I should just get Medicaid and disability because of the epilepsy, because it makes it really difficult to work. You know, we can work part-time, but we really can't do more than that. And it's just a matter of trying to work through that. Just praying for guidance, man, from my higher power. You know, that's what they talk about in recovery, and that's where I'm at. You know, I'm just trying to make it through the day. You know, it's like 1 o'clock. We're gonna go relax for a little bit, get ready for work, and head out, go to work, and come back to my bed that I get to sleep in at night, and say thank you for. Just pray for another day. You know, and tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow I don't have to go to work, but I have to clean out my apartment. You know, and do some work on that apartment. You know, and also I want to do some recovery work. You know, and I take some time for myself and do some good. And I like what I heard in a meeting once was, do what makes yourself proud. What makes you proud, do that. You know, and for us, that's music, art, writing, science. And our hobbies. You know, we have a lot of altars that have a lot of gifts and talents, and that's what makes us proud. So that's why we do this channel, man. We do it for us. Do it for our recovery. We do it so that we can keep going. So if you like this, please give it a like. If you didn't, send us an email. Tell us why. Tell us what you want to hear. Either way, it don't really matter to us. You can leave a comment. Our email is anonymousbeats8@gmail.com. And please help support our dream. We do have a non-profit. We would like to open a non-profit for scientific research to fund our own research lab someday. But if you just want to help us out in general, you can donate to that fund as well. And that's through our GoFundMe link, and that can be found in the description below. But But other than that, I really hope whoever's listening out there that you're having a good day. I really do. I really do hope that somewhere out there someone's having a good day. Because you deserve it. And take care of you. And that's what I'm learning too, is I'm learning in order to help this system and all the complicated life, so I gotta take care of myself first. So that's why I made this podcast, man. This is Lionel. I really just needed to take care of me today, and I just needed a place to say all this stuff, to talk it out. And if I can help somebody, or even just explain to somebody what DID's really like, that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it, I'm doing it for me, number one. This is for me. So I don't even care if nobody hears out there. I mean, it'd be cool if we could do this full time. That would be sick. Totally sick. Name that movie and you get a prize. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say. And thanks for listening. Thanks so much. And this is this Getting to Know We podcast. And this is Lionel, and I'm signing off.